I've lost my thing. Hello, everybody. Welcome to a very special Olympic edition of the COMICSGATE Deathmatch. As always, I'm joined by my co-host, How to Draw Comics, Clayton Barton, the very best tool on the internet for an aspiring artist. How are you, Clayton?
Pretty good. Pretty good. I'm glad that you describe me as a tool on the internet.
Very accurate. And as a very special bonus for the fans, we have the world's most interesting man and the creator of the runaway Indiegogo success, Black Flag. How are you, Fragger?
I'm doing well.
Very good.
A lot better than I was earlier today, but I'm doing well.
We'll get into that in a minute, I'm sure. Yeah. As I said, a very special edition of the COMICSGATE Deathmatch. It's going to be an Olympic edition where Fragaboom is going to be an honorary judge, handing out bronze, silver, and gold medals to the designs he thinks are either the best concept or design. So before we kick it off, hit that like and hit that subscribe button.
Yeah, and make sure one on that the bell. On the bell, make sure you switch it up to all, so you get all the videos all the time.
Hell yeah! Mm-hmm. So, do you want to talk about your morning, Fragger, before we start, or?
Oh yeah, real quick. Like if my energy seems kind of down, like when we were offline, I was explaining to you, I am in the midst of passing a kidney stone. The first time I've ever had that happen. I had an IV in me for the first time today too. But I woke up this morning and was basically in pain on the ground, wishing for a quick death. It was not a good feeling. My wife took me to the ER and they found a 5 millimeter stone on its way out. It's still there. They gave me a bunch of Percocet and other things, but I'm here. I'm alive. I'm well. I'm not in pain right now. Which is a wonderful thing because
you seem very chilled out.
This is the thing. This is the thing that's really nuts. Is the nurse came in and she's like, "How are you feeling?" I've had 4, and I was like, 4 kidney stones. She said, "Yeah," and I've given birth. And you know what? Stones hurt more. And I was like, "Thanks for the context."
Oh,
yeah, because like it's this weird sensation, like you're being stabbed, like you have to pee. You feel like your brain tricks you into thinking that if you turn, you're going to get more comfortable somehow. And there's literally no position where you find comfort. It's literally nonstop. So when they gave me the morphine drip, I was like, wow, you guys really turned that shit down, didn't you? But I'm happy. I'm happy I'm home.
Oh man! So what causes a kidney stone? How does it just strike down people randomly?
No, it's not like a random situation. It has to do with diet and build up. I mean, you can have a kidney stone in your 20s. Mine, what they said from analyzing the piss is calcium, which is weird because I don't drink a lot of milk and I don't eat a lot of dairy. But I do take like Centrum and things like, your daily vitamins. So maybe that has something to do with it. And my dad was like, "You eat too much spinach." I don't know what that has to do with anything, but he was saying spinach would do it. There's different types of buildup, but basically it's a buildup of something through your kidney, which is like, I guess, your body's filter. And it gets in there and it grows little spikes. So imagine like it's a little spiked ball, and then it moves its way through the organ down your tract and just kind of runs its way out.
Brutal.
Yeah,
it sounds so horrible.
Yeah.
I've heard from anyone that's had it, it's the worst pain they've ever endured in their life.
I don't. Here's the really, really fun part of their diagnosis is that I have a 13 millimeter one that is living in my left kidney, but they said it's there and it's not moving, and that there's a high likelihood that it'll never move. But it scared the shit out of me because I'm like, if 5 feels like this. 13, like you're gonna have to shoot me and then take me in,
Oh man,
yeah, crazy stuff.
Oh,
but hey, the things we do for love,
Oh yeah.
All
right. Right. So, Frag, what I'm thinking is maybe we look at all the designs one by one, and then you maybe select maybe a top 5 or top 10, whatever you're feeling, whichever ones you like the most. All right.
And where are these coming from? Like, what's the project? Who the artist? Do you have like the names, or are we just looking at them raw?
Looking at them raw, pretty much. We've got the names of the people on Twitter and their projects, like we're promoting. The winners, but here we don't have it. It's because we set it up really quickly. So,
I thought it was like an unbiased thing.
This is Arietta. This is actually from Bob Stone, so I know who this one is off the top of my head.
Yeah.
So I haven't seen that fly kick.
No,
that fly kick illustration.
He added this on at a later date, and
cool gun. This is just an observation that I have, and I'm just going to be completely subjective about this because it's what I've dealt with. When I was working on He-Man Masters of the Multiverse, really busy, ornate costumes were driving me absolutely nuts to draw. But the flip of that, and this is where the subjectivity comes in, my characters, which are just as absurdly detailed, I have no problem doing them because I know what goes where. And it's whenever I have to like check a model sheet or check an action figure and get each detail right that I just slow down. So like if this is this artist's own design and this is one of those things where they know where stuff goes, then good on them.
Yeah, you'd have to have a good memory for this one.
Yeah,
I like her. I think magazine she's got tucked into the top of her legs there.
Yeah, it's
where her quads would be.
Yeah,
that's pretty mad.
Do we need some zoom on it?
It almost has like a Japanese samurai. You know how they have those sort of spats with the rose on them. It's got a slight like, that quick blink sort of samurai feel. Love the guns. So those guns are right up my alley.
That's sick.
Yeah,
man, this artist is super talented.
Yeah.
So I know we're not doing ratings, but do you want to do a rating?
No, not yet. My only thing, and again, this artist, I have no knocks on their ability. The only thing that I would go and give commentary on is that kick shot. I got lost that a gun was being pointed at me because the silhouette wasn't super clean, and there's a detail to that costume where you don't really get the read of that gun popping off. If they moved it up and over slightly, so it read as a different shape, but as you can see, there's sort of a tangent under the chin and going across the shoulder that when you squint your eyes, it completely gets lost.
And I've never understood, what do tangents do, Dan? Like, do they just mess with how you're interpreting an image?
Yeah, I think it confuses your eye. You don't know where one thing starts and where the other thing ends. I mean, there are guys who do it on purpose, like Neil Adams in a strip called Ben Casey. It was like a 6-panel grid, but he used all of the tangents that when you look at all 6 complete, that there was a hidden face, like that was comprised in all 6. But he did that on purpose. But like when you have like a cape in a building that ride right on top of each other, you lose the sense of depth. Number one, because overlap is a depth cue that like it's one of the tools we use to communicate depth. So you basically cancel out the idea of depth because the eye doesn't know what's forward and what's backward because they're sharing that line.
Yeah, right.
I don't know. I mean, this is all like theory.
Man, that's cool though. I've never heard it really explained properly, and I think you put it really well.
Thanks, man. I know you know your stuff, so thank you.
Yeah, it's funny. A lot of this stuff, sometimes we'll do something without realizing what it is we're doing. We're just like, no, that looks good.
It's not until we have to teach it. I did some teaching. I did some teaching, and I was very confident in my ways until I got asked the question, "But why?" And I'm
Yeah.
like, because
It looks
no,
cool.
let me think about that. And then you have to, kind of break it down in a teachable way,
Yeah.
where you have to have a position on your decision. Otherwise, as a teacher, if you say it just looks cool, it almost feels like you're brushing it off.
Yeah. And you never want to look like you don't know what you're talking about as a teacher, especially in front of a bunch of students.
Oh, you don't? No, you
Clayton,
don't.
can you chuck the link to Black Flag in chat every now and then, please?
Oh, yeah, sure.
This is the second one. This is called As Rikiel. What do you think of this one, Fraga?
Let's see. He's like an angel. He's got sort of gambit colors. He can fly and he has a gun. One of the things that's difficult about judging these, because we're basically judging them on aesthetics, and a lot of design, like the best design is where the story and the functionality kind of meet. You look at Wolverine, for example, and you know his name is Wolverine. He pops claws. You learn that it has a healing factor and all this context, and suddenly, like, all the sharpness and the especially the old costume, the whiskers and the vibe of it makes a lot more sense. On as like Rek, as Rek, as Rekal, as like Kal-El, as Rekal. Okay. I mean, I think he's cool. I'm really old school, so I remember there was a character called what was his name? Fortune Dane or something like that. But I like the fact that he's got that sword and a gun. But I want to know more about him. So I guess in a way that a design that makes you want to know more is a success.
Very good. Okay, yeah. Clayton, anything to add?
Yeah, we've had a look at this one before. Can we zoom out a little bit just to get a good overall look of his design? I think it's interesting because we see a little bit of fantasy combined with, I guess, some military elements. He's got the pouches there, he's got the gun, and then he has these majestic angel wings and armor. So I think that's an interesting combination. I love when you take two themes like that and smash them together. Can often end up with some very interesting outcomes.
Yeah.
But
there's also one of the things that really stands out is there whenever you see a specific sort of marking on a costume, it feels like it's a insignia, and if it's an insignia, it feels like it's part of something bigger, So like I'm wondering, is he part of like a bunch of guys that wear that insignia, or is it unique unto him?
Yeah, I mean, you'd imagine it's part of a group of people, wouldn't you? Like,
yeah,
some sort of ancient order that kill things. That's my guess.
No, totally.
All right, and Clayton, whenever we get to our ones, you can't mention that's our design, okay? So Fraga's got to be completely unbiased.
I shred when I shred, man, and I have been shredded. But all of it, any sort of critiquing is coming from the heart and not in any other way other than to be an observation.
So this is Chief Baron. Do you want me to zoom in?
Yes, please. Are we looking at the girl or the guy?
The dude.
The dude. He's cool. He doesn't read as a main character. He reads as like maybe a villain. I like his design. He looks like he'd be a lot of fun to draw. There's a definitely a vibe to it. This kind of feels like it could fall out of like Lord of the Rings or Game of Thrones, something in that sort of world. Yeah. It almost feels I don't know, it feels authentic, which is a weird thing to say, but it feels super authentic, and it reminds me of the work of Joe Ball. But I might be wrong.
Cool.
Yeah.
So this is actually. Oh no, I can't say until you've given out the medals. There are. So ignore that statement.
He can.
Okay.
Rob.
Next one. This is from Brand. I don't know what the character's name is, but what do you think of this one?
Well, it's a redhead.
Can't beat a redhead.
Yeah, I mean, the design, the character design itself is it's nothing special, and I don't mean to shred on that, but I drew a character named Evangeline that was basically the same thing, where you kind of get these, you know, elbow, a little over the elbow gloves, the thigh highs, the cute shorts, and the tight top. But the execution of it is fantastic. I like the eye coming through the hair. You know, are we judging the character design itself or like the piece itself? Because the piece itself is striking. That's a poster. I'd put that on a poster or a T-shirt.
Whatever you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love what the colorist did with that arrow. It feels like the energy is actually emitting from its inside out, which is hard to do. A lot of times when people color, that it's using screen, which feels like a glow on top. This looks like it's emanating from inside out. I dig this one.
I really like the colors on the red, the way it makes it like a reflectiveness.
Yeah,
Okay.
red's hard to render too.
I bet, yeah. And I think it like I'm not a pro artist. I'm an amateur at best. And this stuff, like, you know, this stuff to me goes like, hell yeah, that draws my eye straight away.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it might not be as impressive to you guys because it's very simple in the design, like you said, but the execution is excellent.
No, it's definitely stunning.
Yeah.
Clayton?
There is something to be said about simplicity and generic looking characters like this, because there's one thing about them, and that is you get them straight away. You don't have to sit there and think about it or try to interpret it. Yeah. So when people don't have to work too hard to understand something, they tend to like it a little bit more. I think as long as it doesn't look boring, and that's, as Dan mentioned, I think that if you take a simple design, or heck, even a weird, poor design, and then you've got a good illustrator drawing it up, it can make that design look a bazillion times better.
100%.
All right, next one. Butch Cleaver.
That's really hard to read. Okay. It's like a demon, skeletal demon, and he looks like he's amidst some other bone type creatures, working it out. I could see this being like the cover of a rock album.
Yeah,
you know.
Cool.
Yeah, he's cool. He's definitely feels like heavy metal.
Yeah, he does. Does he have a full leg on the right-hand side of his body, or are they just like spikes?
Oh, I think they're spikes.
I think yeah, you mean his feet? I think those are like blades, but his knees are spiked, which is scary.
Anything else, or moving on?
Yeah, no, I mean, it looks cool. I like the weird like bone structures and stuff he's used.
This one's called Cobalt.
Nice.
He's neat. And the thing that's cool about this design is it's one of those designs that it could live in a video game, it could live in a cartoon, it could live in a comic. And if I saw this in live action, like exactly like this, it would work. So this is pretty top notch.
Yeah, Clayton and I both really like this one. There's lots of little cool details too, like these nightsticks here have some sort of like technological look to them. And he's got like half a cybernetic hand here as well, which is another cool little touch. Like, you know, usually if people do cybernetics, it's usually like a whole hand or a whole arm. But the fact that he's got a human thumb, I think that's a cool little detail there.
Yeah, totally. That's awesome. He reminds me of Sub-Zero out of Mortal Kombat. Like he could even be a variation.
And I'd imagine that stuff he's wearing is sort of like Stormtrooper like that hard carbon fiber plastic type stuff. It's cool.
Yeah, totally. Easy to cosplay as this guy as well.
Yeah.
Now we have Crimstone.
I love Crimstone. Crimstone comes from the Lost Pages. I know exactly where this comes from because I love that character. I love this character. He's like the Pit had sex with the Max and was raised by Lobo. I love him.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a great character. We talked about him at length before, but just those tribal tattoos make you want to know more about this guy. Like, where is he from? Is he a monster that's transformed from something else? Did he always just look like this?
Yeah. I like the energy coming out of his eyes, making his hair look super rock and roll.
Yeah.
I love the blood work too. Like, it's this crazy pink as opposed to a red.
Yep.
And this is something I didn't notice last time, Clayton, but he's actually wearing a belt and pants. So he must be some sort of human.
I know his backstory actually.
Oh, would you mind sharing it with us, Dan?
Yeah, that woman right there in the other panel, that was her imaginary friend that was in her mind when she was a kid, and then he returned as an adult, and he was like this. So
that's cool.
You gotta read the Lost Pages to find out the what's and whys, but it's pretty badass.
Cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. Love that mouth. I love big teeth that are shaped really nicely.
Yeah. I'm not sure if Dan knows who this one is.
Shit. I remember. Pie something. Pie. Fiber frog.
Fiber frog.
Yeah, I love this. I mean, no bias here, but I've had to draw this character a couple of times, and he's just a lot of fun to draw. Very easy to read. There's a really fun iconography to him.
Is he hard to draw?
Is he what?
Hard to draw.
No. I mean, the first time I drew him was almost 25 years ago, and he was fun. Wow. It reminded me of like a McFarlane sort of thing, you know. A lot of fun. You know, there's little things like when, at least coming up in the 80s, the characters we always had fun drawing were like Wolverine and Colossus and, you know, those kind of characters. And the cool thing about Cyberfrog is he's got those metallic parts like Colossus does. He's got the cool design, like Wolverine style tribal design in the chest. And then he's got just like almost like a Ninja Turtle like fun face to draw. So it's almost like a playground, an artistic playground. You got like Ninja Turtles, Wolverine, and Cyclops all kind of mashed together in a fun package.
Yeah, totally, man. It's such a cool character. I love creature characters, so I'm very open to Cyberfrog. Yeah. You know, and I miss them, man. Like, you don't get to see them a whole lot anymore. Like, where are the Biker Mice cartoons we used to have? And, you know,
Samurai Pizza Cat.
They're not making Ninja Turtles anymore. They've stopped that.
Well, they're bringing back G.I. Jackrabbits. I know Adam Post is bringing back G.I. Jackrabbits.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. And I know there's a lot more coming down the line for Cyberfrog. So fun abound.
Hell yeah.
Oh, he's cool looking.
You haven't seen him before?
No.
It's funny how, people are so close to each other and just don't know each other sometimes, or don't know each other's work.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
he's fun, man.
Yeah. Marco Rowe's book, Death Sworn.
Carlo Rowe.
Oh, this is Death Sworn?
Yeah.
Yeah, Death Sworn.
Cool. Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen it. I've backed a bunch of books, but some of them, it's like I've heard of them, but I haven't been what's the word? It's like it's not being sold, but it's like exposure to it. It's like, for example, I never bought Jawbreakers. I wasn't there the first time around, but then I saw the new campaign, and I saw that Kyle Ritter cover, and I was like, "Yo, that looks awesome!"
Yeah.
And then so now I know to check this one out. That's cool.
Yeah. No, totally.
Gladiator. Really, it's weird because it feels sci-fi, but it also feels old school, which is neat.
Yeah. He's blended the two together really well.
Yeah.
And again, it's kind of simple, easy to read design. I think that's the key a lot of the time. If you ever complicate things, it's just people aren't going to sit there and try and work it out. You want something that's obvious and readable, that stands out and off the page.
Yeah, I mean that's I feel like my designs are a little bit of column A and column B.
True.
It's like my character Bubble is like super easy to read. I feel like Rascal is easy to read, but when you look at like Geisha, she's got all these crazy doodads on her. Same with Gorilla and Sniper.
Well, it's good to have that contrast between the characters anyway. Some that look more complex, some that are a little more simple in their design.
Yeah, man, I really dig the way that looked, man. Very cool book.
Yeah.
There he is again. Double the love. Double the love.
This is Demon Doc.
Okay. So he's sort of Frankenstein. It looks like he's got a couple of different bits for arms. He's got a bit of a throwback sort of steampunk or Victorian look as far as the garb, but then a little bit of the World War II European style pants. Really cool cybernetic arm. That's a neat take on cybernetics. And the fact that he has tails means he's a gentleman. Cool hands too. Kind of ogre-like on the flesh side, kind of like a knight on the other side. It makes me want to know more about the book because this character is evocative of a lot of things. I want to know more. So yeah, good design.
Clayton and I were saying that this is the type of character that if Clayton put work into, it could look really kick-ass.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. No, it is a cool looking character. I like his shape. I think he's got a very strong shape, especially to that upper body. If you look at the back view, for example, you can just see a nice silhouette happening there, which captures you. It pulls you in so that you're ready to look at all the other details inside.
Very cool. This is Doc Sausage.
This one wins, dude.
I like Doc Sausage.
Yeah. Is he prairie dog or an otter?
He's an otter. Otter with a shotgun, apparently.
That's cool. I mean, he's fun. I like Clayton was saying, I like seeing characters like the Ninja Turtles or Rocket Raccoon or I myself have drawn a few others. I've drawn a koala like this. I've drawn
cool.
Actual tortoises that look like tortoises with stuff. So I dig this. I mean, the execution is a little green, but it does the job, which is really cool.
Yeah, totally. I'm wondering, is the artist who drew up the concept going to be doing the book, or is this just a concept for the artist who ultimately illustrated it to go with?
Right.
Not sure. Not sure. This one's called Shooter.
That one, I'm gonna say is Clayton. That's what I'm gonna say. You can't fool me, man. You know how I know? and I could be wrong. Are you an Ian McCaig fan?
Ian McCaig.
You're like, I
I'll
don't
have
know
to
who
look
that is.
him up.
He's a Star Wars concept guy.
Oh yes, he's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you for comparing my stuff to him. I mean, that's very humbling.
No, it's I love your stuff, man. So
Thanks a lot, man.
very clean. I like the hair, the ponytail. I wish I could see more of this in color. What did you have planned? Is it more in the warm, duller tones, or is it in a hotter tones, or is it in cool tones?
Yeah, I haven't really figured that out yet. That'll be one of the fun steps in filling in the flats for this guy and just figuring out his color scheme. But yeah, man, usually I go ahead and I experiment. I change the hues around just to see what's going to look best.
Clayton's
I don't
really
want
good colorist too.
What's that?
Clayton's a really good colorist. He's got a really unique coloring style.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
I don't know how to describe it, Clayton, but yeah.
It's
really
good. I mean, not just because you're here. You got skills, man. This is
good. Thanks. I actually, looking at that head now, I can see why you mentioned the Ian McCaig reference,
especially the straight on.
Yeah,
there's an execution to your proportioning and the especially the way you the technique in the nose and mouth area.
Totally, man.
Very soulful though. That's one of the things that's really hard to convey through, especially concept drawings. Is like the idea that that's an actual person and not a drawing.
Totally, man. It's tough, you know.
Yeah.
We've got to speed it up, boys. So
okay.
Let's go ahead. This is Deathglaive.
Cool.
He's an Australian. He's an Australian shapeshifter hunter or something.
This is where I get. Maybe I'm being mean, but I just thought it looked like Deadpool on Safari. I'm not trying to be mean because I have some characters that look like other characters doing something. Like my main character Sniper looks like Flint on steroids, you know. So I get it. We just run into a very tough problem, and it's an actual problem. When you combine red and black and you put a full face mask with eyes that pop through black, you're going to run the risk of Deadpool comparisons. My suggestion is maybe to shift over the color out of red and maybe make it something different, or trick out the shape of the mask. Like my Rascal character, for a long time people were saying it looked like Deadpool, and I was like, man, I could see it just because of the way I did my eyes, so I completely redesigned the eyes to pull them away from that.
Awesome.
Yeah, but I mean, really great execution, but I'm sorry to say it looks like Deadpool on Safari.
Yeah, I had the Deadpool thing when I first saw it as well. Yeah. So this one, it's just the chick on the right. It's Rose. So this one here.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's cool. There was a guy named Bill McAvoy back in the day. This reminds me of Bill McAvoy a little bit. I like her. I mean, I like girls with pink hair. I draw girls with pink hair. Yeah, she's cool looking. Cybernetic arm, make that one looking all tough. What are these girls called? They look like a fun team.
I don't know. This is by Sim Portier.
Yeah, he's my favorite Puerto Rican. Yeah. He'll laugh. When he watches this video, he'll get it because he's Canadian. And he told me one time, I was like, "Oh, you're from Canada." He's like, "Oh, you got it. Most people think I'm Puerto Rican." So now I say, "Hey, you're my favorite Puerto Rican." Yeah, those are cool.
I can't remember what this one's called. Ozuki or something along those lines.
Okay, cool. He looks awesome. Can't see him from the front though. but
Yeah.
from the back, he looks pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely a confidence. I want to know that mask. Is that like a skull? Is it like it's a tough read? You know, you get little bit of Master of Kung Fu, Danny Rand vibe. You get a little bit of the first generation of Daredevil when he used to pull the mask over and have the little hangy bits. But I'm not sure what that face is like. But as a piece, it's excellent.
Interesting idea, but you probably need a bit more information.
Yeah.
Here's another one. This one's called Ghost.
That one's great. That one's from this comic called Replicator that I'm very, very familiar with. And I liked, when I saw both options on Twitter, I liked them both. In fact, I'm of the mind it should have a color changing mode, that when it's in the Arctic, it goes blue, and when we go into the jungle, it turns this color. You know.
That's awesome.
I agree with you, Clayton. That's more work for you to do.
Is that your colors, dude?
Yeah, that's my colors. And rough drawing style.
Man, well, when you're not too busy, I gotta steal you for like a month or two, man. Jesus, this stuff is incredible. I love the little subtle uplighting you threw in there, especially the way you handled it on the mask. A lot of people, they get a little overbearing, like they go, "Oh, there's a light here," and they put a harsh thing. You just put like a little boop, little splash. Nice stuff.
Thanks, I appreciate it, man. It really did make this design come to life as soon as you add those colors in there.
Yeah, she's cool.
All right, let's keep going. Gorilla Gangster.
I love gorillas. He looks rad. I mean, I want to know the context of the story. I'm hoping that the story's got comedy in it, because he looks funny. He looks funny.
Yeah, he's awesome. He looks like a boss.
Yeah.
This is Gord.
Yeah. He looks disappointed. Really great execution on those colors too. I mean, that looks like something out of like a role-playing game, you know, like a video game of sorts. Really cool.
Yeah, it's gorgeous concept art. That's like pro level tier stuff.
Yeah.
Very World of Warcraft type. Here's another one, Grimsbane. It's by the same artist, actually.
He's cool. Fantastic design, man.
Look at that shape language.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All the hard diagonals, he kind of does the same thing, like you're saying, the shape language, even in the way the folds are happening. There's this sort of sectioning. Both of those look like they would make a lot of really fun toys that makes you want to know more about them. Which is, again, like, to me, when you say, "Who is that guy?" That's a success.
Yep, definitely.
This is Invictus.
Yeah.
Very
I actually
cool.
like this guy.
I mean, it's really well drawn. This sort of genre is like not my cup of tea, but that's, you know, coming from a subjective place. Like I've never really been a horror guy, and I've never really been like a historic comic guy. And I don't know if this, I mean, obviously there was no guy that looked like this historically, but it feels very much like a period piece. But really well. I mean, those colors are stunning. The design is excellent. I don't know if he's there to protect her or kill her.
Protect, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Joe Froggo.
Another winner. You know, he wins. Now, what's going on with his eyes, guys? Do you know?
No. Don't know.
It stayed up too late.
I don't know if this Percocet just kicked in, but yeah, I'm kind of tripping on the eyes. And I want to know. I want to know his story. Like, what are those little hovery things?
They get their cameras. He's a reporter, from what I can tell.
I see. Oh yeah, it says press.
Press, and these are fine camcorders.
It looks like he's saying, "I've got one more question," like Columbo style.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's cool.
King Pimpin.
Is that his name?
Cheese. King Pimpin. Cool. He looks like he's probably a boss type character.
Yeah.
Are those demon wings behind him? And is he? What's going on with his hand in his crotch?
He's holding a cane.
Oh, he's holding a cane.
Yeah.
The way it almost looks like, yo, girl, I gotta piss so bad. No knock. Well drawn, but sometimes you gotta watch your gestures. That's all.
This is Leah. This is from Eric Bitmanis. Is Grey Matter, which will be on Indiegogo soon.
Yeah, cool. She's cool looking. I love her sword. Man, that's a really cool hilt design. That's what you call that, right? Like that part you hold on a sword.
Mm-hmm.
Really cool hilt design. I like her hair. Her hair is really iconic. You know, that's like Wolverine with his hair. You know, it's Wolverine. I think with this character, that's kind of signature.
I love the jacket.
Yeah, that's cool. She can kind of go incognito because as soon as she pops the hood off, you're like, oh, it's her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, very good, very good. This is Lilith Empress.
Wow, a lot of work there. Shit. Very pretty, man. She looks like she means business. I like the energy swirling her nether regions. It's kind of saying, "Come hither," like come check out the cosmos. That might be the Percocets talking, but there's a lot of if we're gonna go into like the roots here, I see a lot of Alphonse Mucha in the design, very much like those old French theatric posters. I see a little bit of Amidala from Star Wars, Evil Queen from Snow White, but it's all its own. Really, really cool, man. Again, maybe the back cover of a Grateful Dead album.
Yeah.
You know,
also maybe a tarot card type thing.
Yeah, gorgeous stuff.
This is Lion Man.
Lion Man. That's his theme song. I just wrote it.
Very good.
He's super cool, very Kirby-esque. This looks like it would really lend itself to animation. Like it's a little busy, but the execution looks like animation cell, like something you would see in Thundar the Barbarian, but like nowadays. It's really cool. Lion Man.
Lion Man.
Yeah.
I think there's already a Lion Man, actually.
Well, yeah, I don't know.
Lion. Oh,
but that's what he's being called by me. Machine Gun Nun.
Yeah. When it comes to mercy, she ain't got none. Very cool. It's really tough to pull off this sort of perspective where you're kind of ankle level. Very Frank Miller-ish, both in subject matter and execution. This is cool. Really cool.
Who doesn't love a Machine Gun Nun?
I have seen none. Is this the same as the leg kick guy for the first guy we saw?
Very good.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, his style, he's got that really cool style. I love the treatment on the shirt and her civvy gear. That stuff's really nice. This one's good. Again, busy designs, but if I like busy, and it only scares me if I have to like work from someone else's work to do busy. But again, if he or she or the mind behind the design, this is a lot of fun.
Princess Agatha.
Wow.
Yeah. I personally would have put a tail on her. Everything else says cat, except there's no tail, so I feel like there's something missing. Super cute though. My daughter would want that on a t-shirt for sure.
Yeah, I kind of want to draw it. I want to do a fan art of this one. I think it'd be cool.
No, you're too busy, mate.
That's right.
That's right.
No fan art for you.
Oh wow, that's cool. That is so cool. It's such a weird juxtaposition of like super old timey and hold on, that's my dad trying to call me. There we go. Sorry about that.
No, that's all good.
Yeah, my dad was trying to call me. Yeah, I like this. I mean, what's going on with his arm? I mean, he's got he's got the cybernetics, but he also has like an energy arm. I like this guy. He makes me want to know more.
Yeah, very mysterious.
Yeah, he's very cool. We both Plate and I really liked him a lot. Thought he'd probably do better than he did, actually.
He's really cool. I know this character. That's Shinobi Sasquatch by the wonderful Rob Willis.
Yes.
I'm very biased. Rob is one of my favorite artists, and I know he's in the chat. So plug your ears, Rob. He's like one of my favorite all-time artists, and he's only done this one gig. He's blown me away.
Dude, that's huge.
It's incredible, man. I can't believe it either.
He's nuts. Like if you just zoom in on the pec area, like so the amount of work just in there is nuts. And like the image is striking from far back, but even as you close in, there's so much work in every part, and I love that. I love going in and just like looking. He's incredible.
We were talking about this last week, like his pec, what is it called? Striations?
Yeah, striations.
Yeah. Striations, yeah. Like, come on, man.
And then he put striations and veins and ligaments on top of those things, creating this layering. And then he does sometimes he does triple value lighting. So you get like a light source, and then you get how it casts a shadow, but you get that reflected light coming back into it. And he makes me ill.
It's crazy.
There he is. Robert Willis is in the chat. Is that the girl from Vestige?
It is, yeah.
I love it. Really,
drawn by
beautifully done.
That did the brand one earlier.
Okay, yeah, he's very, very talented. Very talented, cool design.
That one. This is Viking Wolf.
I love this. This was in the promo on Twitter. I saw this. This is great stuff too. This is a character that I would really like to draw. This isn't like when I said that other one, the sort of angel and knight's armor. Like as well done as it is, it's not for me. I look at this and I'm like all day. Like I want to like this is for me.
Yeah. There's so much form and thickness to that design. They've really done a great job there.
All right.
Now we got a top 5 it, you said?
Top 5 it, I reckon, yeah.
All right. We'll bring that wolf in for sure. I know that's the last one we saw. Rob Willis. Am I only voting, or is Clayton voting too? It's got to be hard because the other one I want is the replicator character, the girl with a really nice lighting.
All right.
Let me write it down. So we've got Viking.
Shinobi, the girl, I forget her name, the girl from Replicator. I really like the very first one we saw, the one that had the bad tangents.
That one?
Yep, that one.
Arietta?
Yeah, Arietta, there you go. And then the fish dude, right there. Yeah, him.
Gord?
Yeah. Yeah, that would be my top 5. They're all great. Frago really made me happy, and the sausage guy. He was great. Cyber Frog, I feel like we're cheating. We probably in there. But like honorable mentions would be like Crimstone. I love Crimstone. But you can only pick so many. And then also I liked the bow stick guy, the Sub-Zero looking dude. I liked him a lot too. But if we can only pick 5, we can only pick 5. Which you know,
Cool.
is a bummer.
All right.
Let's get them up here. All right, which one is going to be 5th, Fragger?
5th would be the frog. I call him the wrong character name. The Grob. What's his name? The fish-looking guy. Him.
Yep.
5th. Yeah.
Congratulations, Gord. 5th place. Very well done.
He's cool. Really cool. 4th would be. I'm horrible with names. I'm a visual person, but the Tangent, her. Yeah.
Yep.
All
right.
And then
so we need a drum roll. We need a drum roll. Bronze medal.
Bronze would. Oh man, sorry, my bad. Bronze would be the cool wolf guy with the axe.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cool. This is going to be interesting.
Yeah. And I guess we'll have to give gold because then you'll know who silver is. And I'm not doing this, and I hate to do this because, like, you know, I have big love for Rob, but I want to give gold to Clayton's design.
Wow.
Oh wow!
And then silver to Rob's. And this has everything to do with. First off, everybody in that top 5 is masterful, and when it comes to Rob and Clayton, I'm a fan of both of you in a major way. But the tiebreaker on this one, this fucking character, I want to know more. I want to see this toy. I want to know. She's like Boba Fett to me. Like, I look at her and she's got a Boba Fettness to her. I love everything about her. Of course, I love Shinobi Sasquatch, but I mean, he's like a big shirtless dude. Not much to him. But the execution, Rob's execution, is really what elevated it. But this has all of the above. A great execution, great design, great everything. So, and that's not because you're here, dude. That's my honest top 5.
Wow. I'm speechless, man.
Yeah.
I thought, we might make the top 5. That'd be sweet, but to beat like Rob Willis's Shinobi and the Wolf.
Dude, that's nuts how good that is. But if we're judging like the entirety of it, it's I want that. What's the girl character's name again?
Ghost.
I should know this.
Well, Rob Willis actually drew her.
I know. I've seen his execution of her too. And she's one of those characters that even if the Joe Frago artist decided to do a cartoony take of her, I'd still want to look at it. You know, really just great design.
Awesome, man. I'm glad you like her. That's a huge compliment coming from you.
All right. So just quickly, who do you think won this? So they were all placed into groups, Fragger. Who do you think won this group?
Well, the wolf.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well done. Let's see if you can pick them all. It's going to be interesting.
Okay.
Group 2. Who do you think won this one?
Pink hair girl.
No,
it was this guy.
Yeah, he won.
Okay. Yeah, I could see that. He's just like, for me, it was hard to read, but all right.
Whoa.
Prospector. Yeah.
He's cool.
It was Crimstone.
Yeah.
I mean, Crimstone's amazing.
Yeah.
Crimstone's definitely amazing, but okay.
And
where were these voted on in other shows?
On Twitter. We did the poll.
Okay.
This one?
Well, now I have to put my Twitter hat on. I'm going with the nun.
No.
Oh, no. Nice.
No. See, I horrible finish. Good start, horrible finish.
Cool.
Right. This one.
The girl in red.
Nope.
No,
Nope.
man. All right. Second choice would be the Grodd guy.
Nope.
See? It's the guy. It's the Archangel guy, isn't it?
Yes. Well done.
Yeah. At
All
third, yeah, I had a 50-50 chance of getting that one right or wrong.
This one.
Oh, Ghost one, dude.
Ghost one.
Yeah.
Then now this this is interesting. Who do you think won this group?
That's fucked up. I'm gonna say it was Shinobi.
It was, yeah. Well done.
For sure.
And then the final group was this one. Let's have a look.
Pink Bunny.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, she smashed it actually.
Yeah.
Good pick.
That's awesome.
So what we're going to do now is we're going to head over to Clayton's channel, everyone on chat. This segment ran longer than I thought it was going to run. And we're going to talk to Fragga more over on Clayton's channel. And we're going to talk about Black Flag and whatever else we want to talk about over there. So, Clayton, you want to chuck the link in the chat?
I will do that.
Go to YouTube, get the YouTube link, chuck it in there.
All right.
Yeah, I'm seeing my man Michael Green said Black Flag is almost, holy smokes. Last time I checked, it was down at low 94. We're at 94713. Very close to 95. I got to wear a pink bunny suit when and if we hit 100.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you know. I got to wear it for a long time. So
I'll see you guys over on the stream, and I'll
pop a link in the StreamYard link in Twitter.
Yep.
Awesome.
I'll go and do that.
Right. See you all there. Make sure before you go, hit the subscribe and like, and back Black Flag if you haven't already. But we'll see you in a minute. Don't go anywhere.
See everyone.
Got it. All right, I'll see you over there, man.
See ya.